Welcome to Lessons for Life and happy International Women's Day. We've just had World Book Day, and I'm sure you all went to work dressed as your favourite characters from various books. I went as my favourite character from my own autobiography. And today I came to work dressed as my favourite woman. And I'm sure many of you did the same, and it's great to celebrate women. That's why tonight we're doing Guess the Woman. It's a quiz. If you want to get involved, just click the link in the description. Or if you're watching in the future, just enjoy and play at home. We can kick it off with the first woman of tonight. I wonder, can anyone guess who this might be? Oh, easy one. Easy one. Instantly recognizable, iconic. Whose hand is that? Click the link in the description if you want to play, or let me know in the comments whose hand is caressing that rifle or gun. I think it might be an AK-47. I'm not sure. But this is someone heroic, someone who was involved in a national liberation struggle. She would have been active in the 1970s, although still an activist now. And because of her activism, because of her activity and her resistance, she actually had to have plastic surgery to disguise herself. But she is very recognizable. Who is it? Who is our first mystery woman of the night? I could give you a couple more clues. She was involved in some hijackings of aeroplanes. She was involved in a very left-wing organization, a left-wing faction. Who would have a gun like this? This is my first woman for International Women's Day. And does anyone know the story behind International Women's Day? Who came up with it? I think it's a Soviet invention, isn't it? Didn't it come from the USSR? Who first celebrated International Women's Day? And how have you been celebrating? And is it sexist? Is it patronizing to have an International Women's Day? And is it just another excuse to buy somebody a gift? Did you get your mum or your wife anything for International Women's Day? And I was at the petrol station today buying petrol, and I did see a couple of people buying flowers. I thought it could be early Mother's Day, but no, it's probably for International Women's Day. Right, anyone got a guess yet? Who is my first international woman? Shall we start zooming out a little bit? Not to give it away, hopefully. Who's this? An armed activist, part of a liberation struggle. All right, I'll give you the organization. She fought for the PFLP, Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, and that is the Palestinian kufiya wrapped around her head. And we are looking at none other than Layla Khalid, who is alive and well and fighting on. And she took up the armed struggle to free her homeland in the 1970s. That's why she's our first great woman tonight in the Guess the Woman quiz. But no one got that one. That's all right. It's a penalty shootout. There's 4 more to come. Can anyone guess my next woman on the list? Who might this be? Easy one. Who's that? Another black and white photo of a woman holding a weapon. What is this? More Ron is saying, Shalom, blessings. Anita Baker. No, and was that a guess for the previous one? Who's Anita Baker, Ron? Who's Anita Baker? We've got possibly a contestant on the line. I'm going to add them in. Hello, Slim. Are you there?
Yeah.
Would you like to have a guess at who this might be?
Uh-huh.
Who's on the screen?
Who's on the screen?
Can you see them?
Shit, I don't know who that on the screen.
Where are you calling us from? Where are you, Slim? What country are you in?
I'm from the United States.
Oh, wow. Whereabouts?
Whereabouts?
Or are you pretending that you're from the United States?
Bro, come on.
I think you might be pretending.
So what? Be a troll?
What state are you in? Which of the United States are you in?
I'm in the Carolinas.
Carolinas?
Yeah.
Is that a state? Okay. Who's the greatest woman of all time, in your opinion?
The greatest woman of all time?
It's got to be Hillary Clinton, no?
Just want to think.
We're waiting with
I'm
bated
gonna go
breath.
with Michelle Obama.
Now, what do you like about Michelle Obama?
Like, she's related to Miss, like, she. Oh my God.
Go on.
What I like about her is so what I like about her is like she's related like to the president Obama.
Related to or married to?
Like married to.
What do you say to all those people that say she's really a man when they try to detract from her? And they call her Big Mike and stuff.
She's like not a man. Like I'd say she's a woman.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us. We've got another contestant. Hello, who's this? Welcome. Is that Jack?
Yo, what's up, Pimp? Get
Are you
threats.
there? Hello, you there?
They call me threats.
Oh, it's someone doing a fake voice.
I've been making threats
Would
since
you like
I've
to
been in
play?
kindergarten, nigga. I'll kill you, I'll chop.
And there he goes. Sorry, we just can't have a lot of bad language on there. But it's interesting. It seems like we're getting a few American viewers / listeners tonight. That's good. More Ron is probably still in the chat. Any idea on who this is? Who is this holding a weapon? We are talking European history, and this lady, there's a clue, was the first woman to do something. Not the first woman on the moon, but one of those firsts. Anyone got any idea? And Harry Sink is saying Golda Meir. That is a very good guess. Golda Meir, who is portrayed in a film that's coming out at the moment called Golda. Golda was, of course, one of the early prime ministers of Israel and the first female prime minister of Israel. It's not her. That's a very good guess. And she probably did hold a weapon at some point. When I was compiling this quiz, Golda Meir did cross my mind, but this is not her. And Moran is saying, Harry got my second guess. Yeah, good guess, gentlemen. It's not Golda Meir, but it is someone political. It is the first woman to be elected to the British Parliament, but she wouldn't like you to have called her British. There's a little clue for you. Harry's saying, I know she liked mortars. Yeah, that's for sure. Owen Keeling is having a stab in the dark and saying Beyonce. No, it's not. This is... I'll get her picture up there for you. In fact, let's do the... let's zoom out gradually as I've bothered to prepare the images. Here we go. You are looking at the first woman elected to the British Parliament. It's not Michael Obama, although I like the Irish name. No, this is a member of Sinn Féin at the election where Ireland voted unanimously to become an independent country. This was the Sinn Féin candidate who became the first female member of Parliament in the UK Parliament back when the whole of Ireland was part of the United Kingdom, but following the 1916 uprising and then the War of Independence and the partition of Ireland, very sadly, and the Free State broke away. And this is Countess Markievicz, who was an IRA woman, an Irish volunteer who fought in the War of Independence and struck a blow for Irish freedom, and fought in the Rising, in the Easter Rising. And she doesn't really get remembered that much, especially when we had the anniversary of 100 years of women having the vote in the UK. No one really mentions the Irish Protestant woman from well-to-do background who rose up to fight for the common Irish man and woman and for an independent, free and united Ireland, which we still don't quite have yet, unfortunately. But there she is on the screen. Thank you for that. Thank you for all your guesses. And in the comments, House of Comments, I like what you've done there, is saying, I am not a woman. I must bow out. Well, we welcome everybody on this show, whether they are male, female, or any other. There's more to it than a simple male and female sometimes. And let's get our next woman on the screen, if I can find her. We are looking at who might this be. We've zoomed right in. Fingers on buzzer. Someone give me this quick. Who is this? What's her name? From the United Kingdom. I bet Ozone knows. Ozone, are you there?
Oh,
Put you right on the spot. Who's this?
Yeah. I know the picture. I know exactly the picture, but my brain is not with me right now. Anyone in the comments?
Anyone in the comments want to guess? This is someone from British history. If I saw it, I might have said Joan of Arc, but of course she was French. And this is a woman who is, I don't know if she was, and there you go, Harry has got it.
Yes. Oh,
Harry
yes.
Sink has got it. Boudica or Boudicca, depending on how you like to pronounce her name. Now, was she English or was she from before there was any kind of notion of England? She's an ancient Briton who fought against the Romans when they came and did what they did, built all those straight roads.
Would you say she's a Celt?
Yeah, so she's kind of like a native Briton and probably spoke a language closer to Welsh. Welsh and Cornish being the early, and there you
Before
go.
all
Harry
the Celts got
Brit-
driven to Wales.
yeah, Brythionic. So at that time, before the Angles met the Saxons, and the rest is history, the whole of Britain would have been Celtic speaking, and
Or more similar to Iberian Peninsula as well.
well, in the Iberian Peninsula, you've got Galicia in the top left corner, which is sometimes considered the sixth or the seventh Celtic nation. So yeah,
And in the south of France, bordering it.
Yeah,
can't remember what that
Brittany. In the northwest of France, you've got Brittany. You've got the Basque region. Some people think could be related to the Celtic people. Yeah, Harry's saying, Cumbric. Yeah, so Cumbria is in the west of England, isn't it? And Cymraeg is the Welsh for Wales, as in Plaid Cymru, the Welsh Nationalist Party. So yeah, this woman was defending what later became known as England. I put a video up about St. George at some point, and someone commented on it. Oh, St. George was from Turkey, but there were no Turks in where he was from at that point. So why would we call it? It's kind of weird calling it Turkey.
I think St. Boris is Turkish, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Before his ancestors even got to Turkey. But it's strange. Yeah, that's right. And all his other a mixture of nationalities, Lithuanian, American. He's the melting pot. But it is strange when we refer to countries by their modern name when they might have been something completely different. It's like saying Pocahontas was American. She was Native American, but there was no concept of America. And I think some Native Americans find the term offensive.
I believe they used to call the landmass Turtle Island.
Turtle Island, wow.
Of North America.
Yeah. Is that because we're on the back of a turtle? Or is that going too far down the flat Earth rabbit hole? We don't bother with that nonsense on here. I know some people do.
I'm more interested in what's inside. What's underground.
Exactly. Or what's inside your mind. But let's go for another woman then, shall we? So to speak. If I can find the right picture that's not going to give it away. Who might this be? Easy one, come on.
Rosa Parks.
Oh, you got it too quick. Well done, very good. Why was it so easy?
It's a numerology. No, I wish it was.
Oh.
I just...
What does 7053 mean in numerology then?
I'll have to look it up.
Does that spell anything? What's that? Something EC. What's the seventh letter of the alphabet? Well, you can't have a zero.
Isn't 3 a Russian letter, right? In Cyrillic?
Could be. It could be. You'd have to ask Cyrus. Why is it called Cyrillic? Who's that named after? It's not Cyrus. Was Kirill a king in that part of the world?
But it also has a kind of similarities to a few Greek letters as well.
Yeah, that's right. Russian, Greek. It's all Greek to me. Saint Cyril. Okay, Harry is on the ball. Harry, get on the screen, mate. You're running the show. So Saint Cyril.
That's the bonus question, right?
Yeah, bonus point. Yeah, you got the bonus. Saint Cyril is why the Eastern Europeans have the Cyrillic or Cyrillic alphabet. Saint Cyril, brilliant. And of course, I was next to the statue of Saint Vladimir the other night, who ruled Ukraine in the year 900 and something. But yeah, Saint Cyril. Okay, that's one to look up when you get home. Let's continue with the greatest women. Although Harry is saying, how do I get on the screen? Right, Harry, go to the description wherever you are watching this and click the link that says StreamYard, our proud sponsor for the night, and we'll get you in. We'll get you in. We'll be able to hear you, and if you wish, see you. That's if you turn your camera on. That'll be a bit of fun. Right, how many women have we done so far? Have we done 4? I'm losing count. We had Layla Khalid of the PFLP. We've just had Rosa Parks on the screen, and we've had
Boudica.
But yeah,
no,
Boudicca, yeah,
three
Boudicca.
so
Only
far.
3. Right, where's my number 4 then? One moment. While we see if Harry's getting involved. Yeah, find that link, Harry. Here we go. Exciting times. Harry.
How you doing, eh?
Harry. Oh, fantastic. Wait, let me just get rid of old Rosa. Sorry. Harry, what a reunion. So it is you. You weren't having me on.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
It's fantastic to see you here. I feel like I'm going to cry. I mean, this guy was on my boxing team in the uni days, and what a soldier he was in and out of the ring. Did you? We're going to have a bit of boxing reminiscing now. Did you carry it on? Do you still get in the ring?
Nowadays, I'm looking to return, but
wow.
I had a few amateur fights, but not as successful as yourself. This guy's the champ.
No, man. The success is getting in there. Well done. And you went down the ABA road as well. Very good. Oh, that's fantastic, man. We can do a whole show on that. And in fact, I've got a friend of mine who's come on here before, and he's a lot. Well, I'm not young anymore, but he's a lot older than us lot, and he wants to get in the ring for the first time for charity, and we might follow a bit of his journey if he lets us. That will be fun. But Harry, that's brilliant, mate. It's crazy how people come in and out of your life, and you stumble across them.
Yeah, I'm watching Saint Cyril. He was originally Bulgarian. Just wanted to briefly say. The whole concept of the Cyrillic alphabet is a Bulgarian concept. Macedonian, Bulgarian, Skopje University.
Wow.
It's Skopje University. Yeah.
And in Bulgaria, they would be Eastern Orthodox Christians also, right?
Orthodox Christians for the most part, yeah. Yeah.
And they
Ottoman Empire for 300 years, but many of them, there's not a whole lot of Islam there. Conversely, from Bosnia and Albania, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Ottoman Empire ruled that part of the world quite brutally. And some people hold it up as an example of coexistence, but it was certainly a first and second class citizen type situation going on. And I think that's left a lot of bitterness between, obviously, the Serbs and the Bosnians, for example. And I wonder, do the Bulgarians feel like that as well? What's your connection to that part of the world? Have you traveled there or got family? You seem to be very well versed.
My coach, I did a lot. So my gymnastic coach. Those are my two sports. Boxing, gymnastic.
Yeah. That's where you got the upper body strength. You arrived in the gym with it already. These Eastern Bloc countries put, I think, a lot of money into sport to help the people and show on the world stage. Look how great, look how well we're doing.
But the Turks
some of that. Was that the Turks still?
They still run Bulgaria. They do in a big way.
Right? Really?
Money just goes missing. What happened there? That's why Turkey don't need to be in the EU.
Because they're secretly already there.
That's true.
Wow. there's a lot of things going on via the back door at the moment. You don't need to send an army to a country if a lot of volunteers have gone there of their own will already. And are Bulgarians Slavic people? Or do they consider themselves Slavic?
Very much Slavic.
Okay, so there would be a bit of solidarity with Serbs and Russians and
is there a big Romani community there as well?
Yes, yeah, very, very, very much so. In mostly it's a country of extremes, extreme weather from different seasons, and then also extreme wealth. Quite a lot of wealth in the west, whereas in the east, a fair amount of poverty. And there's more money in the east. Yeah, the Slancha Vrajak, Sunny Beach, this area. Yeah, there are plenty. Yeah.
Wow. And did Bulgarians get caught up in the Balkans war conflict? Was there any volunteers going there or the government involved?
No, it didn't seem to. They probably had a few refugees, but it wasn't like that side. Even the Macedonia side wasn't really that affected by it. It was mostly all in the center. You know, the wealthy Catholic states got out relatively quickly, as in Slovenia, same as Macedonia. But within Bulgaria, probably had a few refugees, but not as far as I know, not that much.
I feel like there's a sense that the Ottoman Empire treated the Catholic people in that region better than they treated the Orthodox back then.
Yeah, they got the raw deal.
And possibly, and that's why, although I mean everyone was killing everybody in the Balkans conflict, but at some point Catholic Croats were on the same side as Muslim Bosniaks against the Orthodox Christian Serbs.
Yeah,
it seemed
exactly the same as it was in World War II.
Really interesting. It's funny how these things they ripple throughout history.
The bad guys then, and then all of a sudden in the Balkans, well, the Serbs are horrible. Serbs, bugger the Serbs. You know, it's like that's how the winners write history, as they say.
Yeah.
And
now
we've got the Chechens fighting on Russia's side now as well.
Yeah, it does change. But there are Chechens who didn't go with Ramadan Kadyrov. I think the hardcore fanatical types are not so forgiving, whereas he's like Putin's Russian Muslim ally now. But let's do one more great woman, possible Woman of the Year candidate. I'll let you both buzz in when you know it.
Oh, I think I know who that is.
Go on. Who could that be?
Is Careful Olympian,
now.
Right?
She's Olympian, yeah? Careful. Yes, she did represent America in the Olympics.
Caitlin.
Very good. Thank you for getting the name right. That is, what's your pronouns? Caitlyn Jenner, who is, wasn't she Woman of the Year at some point? That's how full circle we've come with the craziness. Yeah, just threw that one in there for a bit of a joke. Did either of you hear Amir Khan talking about how much respect he has for Bruce? And he was like, "Oh no, I've got a lot of respect for Bruce. You know, we were Olympian like me. He couldn't help but get the wrong pronoun. I've done it myself. But all right, gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up nice and sharply on half an hour tonight. Where's Harry? Harry, are you there? Who's that joining us? Oh, I've got my finger on the button now. I've got a mystery guest. Anyone that shows up with one letter as a name, it's got to be dodgy, haven't they?
And a very low bit rate.
Yeah, no, yeah. Maybe they're calling from far away. But I've risked it. Yeah, I'm going to give them a little bit of a chance. Let's see if that is that. Harry's saying thanks, mate. Harry's off to bed, as am I. Owen, thanks for joining me on Lessons for Life on International Women's Day, and that was a special moment to reunite with a friend from the boxing team. We'll do it all again soon. We were here. And we are gone. Oh no, it's Triple T. I can't not let him in. Right, 5 minutes encore. Triple T, were you watching?
Yes,
I give you
I
all
was.
the same I can't give you the same questions again, then, can I?
No, on the contrary. I just wanted to nominate.
You're the encore, right? The curtain went down. They started applauding and saying, "Come back out. You've got it."
Yeah,
you've got 3 minutes to give me your best.
Gary looks very different all of a sudden now. I would say one of the greatest women almost of our time, we have to say Rosa Parks, standing up, knowing that her life was in risk, and to stand up to someone who would just take her life in seconds and never even be judged.
Rosa Parks, that well-known criminal in her mugshot here. Yeah.
She was a very special person, and if it wasn't for her, Black people or people of color would be in a terrible or worse position than they are. Also, a woman, the suffragettes.
Yeah. Okay. Honorable mention to the white supremacist suffragettes.
Yes. To stand up for women's rights the way that woman did. Rosa Parks stood up for every
all the women can pay taxes. Just
person of color.
Oh, go on, Owen. Yeah, go on, Owen. So, yeah. So Owen's just made a great point there. Families used to live well with one parent working. Now they're struggling to get by with two working. Didn't doubling the workforce just halve the wage that the capitalist pigs were willing to pay us?
Well, it's not really a case of working, it's what they're paying us. If you look at the house prices and if you look at the wages, I'm making the same money I was 20 years ago. This have shot up, and they certainly are going to be shooting up a lot more with this current conflict that we have taking place. So it's not really about who's working in the house, it's about how much we're getting paid. The house prices are quadrupling, and yet our wages are exactly where they were.
Well, a wise man once said to me, women were always better than men. Why did they want to be equal?
Well, beautiful. I'll say that I don't think they were regarded as better. They just, I guess they knew they were better in some ways, but they never really were given any rights. And if you're not equal, you won't get any rights. That's the issue. So I'm glad women have the rights that they have, and I hope they continue. If they feel that they don't have, they will have the equality that they deserve. And we should have an International Men's Day too, you know.
I believe we do. I think we've already had it. It was in February. You must have missed it.
Well, it should have more notoriety. We'll know exactly when it is in future. Or do we even deserve one?
Maybe not. Fiona Benson is saying Vor Red. Don't know what that means.
That's Ukrainian.
Fiona Benson, come and join us on the screen. Now that we've got a party and Triple T is here. Yeah, I don't know what that means. All right, gentlemen, I think we'll wrap it up on 35 minutes. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for jumping on. And once again, it was superb to see Harry Moron saying my second spouse was Lynn Alexander, the 80s star and second completed transsexual in the US. She died of AIDS in 1994. Nursed her for 1.5 years. Oh, Brian, I did not know that. I did not know that. There's, Brian he's got a channel of his own. This is more Ron where we're seeing on the screen. He's lived one hell of a life. More than many could live in many lifetimes, and I hope one day we'll get him to have a chat with us. RSA Dynamics is smiling. Thanks for that. Bit of free advertising for you. Wonder what they provide. Okay, Omar, final word to you. Wrap it up with a word of wisdom.
I thought you were going to say wrap it up with a poem or a rap there.
Yeah, well, I was going to say a prayer, but then we'd isolate all the atheists.
Yeah, I don't want to offend all the atheists and people of other faiths, but I just hope that in the future everyone will have equal rights. We have a lot of talk of the community, and currently we have a lot of talk. I think the LGBTQ community, plus. The words from them, plus, I beg your pardon, has decreased a little bit, but all our focus is on the Ukrainian war, and I hope that there is peace soon. And also I hope that we can show equal sympathy to other places that are suffering with the same type of conflict, where they have no control, and even the people may even look exactly like the people that we have, or very similar. And even if they don't, even if they have darker skin, what difference does it really make? Even if they have a faith which is something that we're not too keen on in the West here, what difference does it really make? They were going to school, they were picking up their kids, they were having tea and watching Netflix and everything, and all of a sudden all this tragedy just turns up and pain and suffering just appears around the corner. So I hope in future we won't look at who they are. If they have blonde hair and if they have blue eyes, we should be okay if they have dark eyes and dark hair. And I hope that conflict doesn't take place, and if it does take place, we should help as many people as we possibly can.
Amen. Thank you very much, Omar. Moran is saying, prayer is prayer. My Creator bless all and bring peace to this earth. This was Lessons for Life, just a bonus one because it's International Women's Day. I'll see you all on Monday.